Hi guys, we love you here. I'm going to talk about Stephen Avery, Making of a Murderer. Stephen Avery is from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, wrongly convicted of sexual assault and attempted murder back in 1985. He served 18 years of a 20-year sentence. DNA test prove he didn't commit this crime, but served 18 years of a 20-year sentence already before being set free. Stephen Avery decides he's going to sue the county for $400 million. And the county was not happy about that. And there's no way they're going to pay. So, time waits as it goes through the courts to see if he's going to get that 400 million or he's going to get a different amount, if any. So, while he waits, he gets on with his life. Bombshell. Bombshell hits Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Murder comes knocking. Comes knocking at his door once again. Was Stephen Avery set up? Was 400 million the reason? We have the word of his nephew, and who was tricked and questioned by himself in an interview room and getting all mixed up, as we see in those interviews. That boy wasn't all there. He's a little slow and should not have been interviewed by himself. But he was. This boy was agreeing with them. They put a little story in his head. They said this, they said that. And he was like, well, you see the interviews. Many people did see the interviews. Those interviews were wrong. Were wrong at that time. But it didn't help Stephen Avery, did it? Because what he said about his uncle was that he helped him. That he helped him assault this lady, cut her up, chop her up, burn her, and then got rid of her remains and hid her vehicle amongst his vehicles at that junkyard that they had, you know, like needle in the haystack. But it wasn't really a needle in the haystack, was it? Because where that vehicle was found was kind of at the front to the side. Wasn't really hid. wasn't, demolished, wasn't crushed, nothing like that. But detectives said it was hidden with, you know, bushes and twigs and that kind of thing. So Netflix picks up this case, Making of a Murderer, which was a sensation around the world. Everybody was talking about this case and how he was wrongly convicted before of attempted murder. But as the case went on, I don't know how they convicted Stephen Avery of the murders. Not the murders, but the murder of this lady. It's the word of his relative who is not all the ticket. He's slow. He's got a he's easily led. Easily led. He's probably one of them kids that just made up stories all the time. But as time goes by and it goes to court, Stephen Avery is convicted of murder. And so is his nephew. Both convicted of murder and will be serving life in prison. But appeals are still going on, and there is a lawyer that is on doing a Netflix, take two, that she is looking into the case and getting all the evidence. She's been back here in Wisconsin, been to the courts, and stirring it all up. But she's doing it because she believes evidence was planted. Something smells. Yes, this lady was killed. But who killed her, really? Did the story his nephew said, was that true, or was that just his imagination? They planted that evidence in his brain. He didn't even know what he was saying, really. He couldn't believe it. I just think it needs a good second look at, and he has been to the higher courts to get his case heard again, but they are not dealing with it right now. Maybe there's not enough evidence for it to have a new trial at this time. But people are trying very hard up there in that county in Wisconsin to have a new trial. Stephen Avery was born on the 9th of July. Does that ring a bell? Jody Arias was born on the 9th of July. There's a few other murderers born on the 9th of July. He was married in 1982 till 1988. Avery has 4 children, all grown up while he was in prison for those 18 years. Most of it, anyway. As we know, Avery at this time is in a Wisconsin prison serving life for a murder he may not have committed again. So, is it going to take another 18 years to 20 years? Comment and let's discuss this case. Thank you.